Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be getting through another filming basket of products. I have like all these little baskets of products that I want to film with, or like ideas or just things I want to try out, and they just sit in the corner of my room in their individual baskets ready for me to film them, and then things get in the way and then they get forgotten about, and then you're reviewing the Colourpop foundation and powders like 4 months after they've been released. So yeah, today I'm going to be trying out, reviewing the Colourpop No Filter foundation, the No Filter sheer press powder, the No Filter setting powder, and I've got the concealers as well, the No Filter concealers. I actually already had these when they came out, but I'll try them in with this video as well. I didn't buy the primer and the All-Star setting spray because I didn't think the description would match my skin. It was like a pore filling like dimethicone primer and a matte setting spray, and I'm very dry, so this is already a matte foundation I believe, and with the powders and everything I just didn't want to give it an overload of matte. I just knew that I would end up hating everything on my face if I didn't help it with the primer and good setting spray, so I'm not going to go in with anything luminising because I do want to see what the foundation looks like on my skin as it is. So I'm just going to go in with like a plain vitamin primer. This is actually from Primark and I really love it because it doesn't affect my foundation at all. It just gives me a nice like base. It's like moisturising your face, but it like leaves a little bit of tackiness, so I really like this primer when I'm trying out new foundations because it doesn't affect the foundation a lot, you know. I'm filming this video a little bit later in the day than I intended. It's now 11 o'clock. I usually like to start these videos either first thing in the morning before I go to work, or I like to film them at like 9 o'clock on the weekend, but yeah, it's 11 o'clock because I had a lay-in, let's be real. I wasn't doing anything, I was laying in bed. Okay, so the primer's on. I've actually got 3 foundations because I didn't know which one would match me the most, and because it's from Colourpop and I'm having to order from America, I didn't want to chance it. I got the shade Light 50, which I think is going to be the best match for me. I then got Fair 25, which was much more like paler, has the right undertones, but I thought if these were too dark or like oxidised, then this would be a good colour. And then I got a really, well, it's kind of like much darker, and I think it's a bit too yellow actually, but this is Light 65. But if I've got fake tan on or something, which rarely happens, let's be real, then this would be a really good shade for that, I think. But aside from the shades I've got, I think the packaging is really cute. It's kind of this glass little stumpy bottle with a lock lid, so when you squeeze it nothing happens unless you unlock it, but I'm not gonna lie, I wish there was a lid. I'm very clumsy. I'm always in a rush for some reason. I'm always like rushing around, so I feel like I'll always forget to lock it, I wish there was a lid. You get 25ml of this foundation, which is about 0.85 of a fluid ounce, so obviously it's just under 1 fluid ounce like normal foundations. I don't think that's too bad. It's like 5ml less than normal foundation, so I'm not gonna like write home about it and cry, you know. It is what it is. The foundation retails for $12 US at the moment, which is about 8 to 9 British pounds at the moment, obviously with currency changes and everything, so it's about £9, which I'd say is normal drugstore pricing. 8 to 9 pounds, 8 to 10 pounds is normal drugstore pricing, I'd say. So yeah, I'm expecting it to work like a drugstore foundation. I don't know why. I'm just expecting it for the price to be good, not life-changing, but content. Before I forget to mention, the unit cartons for all this stuff is really nice as well. It's like a millennial pinky, kind of nudie pinky colour with stripes on it, and I really like it because it matches all the other packaging, so it's kind of got that unified look to it, like I'm your base, buy me. Okay, so zooming you in a little bit, this is Light 65, this was Light 50, and this was Fair 25, so these two are completely off, so this is way too pale, but it is the correct undertone, so I feel like this would be a good mixer. And then Light 65 is way too dark for me at the moment. I feel like if I had a tan it would look alright, but it is way too like yellowy orange at the moment. Light 50 is a really good match. It's a good match in terms of what I've got, but I have a feeling it's going to be that hair too dark, so I'm thinking I might put 1 pump of the Fair 25 in it, just to kind of bring it down a little bit, which I think, mixing them together here, is what I'm gonna do. Why do I always put my primer on and then do this? Because now I've got to reapply some more. I'm gonna go for 2 pumps of Light 50 and 1 pump of Fair 25, or at least like that 2:1 ratio, because I want more of this colour but just to tone it down a little bit. One thing I've noticed with this foundation as I'm pumping it out, it is very runny. like very runny. Okay, so I've splodged this on my face. I'm gonna go with a brush on the right side of my face and a sponge on the left just to see how they work and what I prefer. All of the brushes and sponges that I'll be using today are clean as well, so got no extra product on them from the last time I used them. Okay, and I'm going to go with a sponge on the left side. I feel like you get more coverage with the brush, but I prefer the finish of the sponge because it looks a little bit more hydrating. Is it bad that I'm already not sure about this? See, in the camera, I think it looks quite luminous. It actually looks alright in the camera, but in real life it's not looking great. Okay, so I've blended it in as much as I can. Not loving it, not loving it. I'm going to try the no filter concealers. Now I've actually had these when they came out, and then they like redid the colours. So I've got two colours that are exactly the same, which is light 10 and fair 5. No wait, yeah, fair 5 and light 10 are exactly the same, so I'll just use the newest of them, I guess. So this one here is light 10, and then this one is fair 08. This one is more yellowy undertoned, and it's much better for like under my eyes directly here, but the pinkier light one is really good for cancelling out darkness and purpleness in my inner corner, which I get because I don't sleep enough. I'm just going to apply a combination of them both, just to get like that perfect shade match. See, maybe with the foundation these concealers will work really well. Maybe this is the formula that it wants to work with, you know? I find if I use the concealers by themselves with no foundation they don't look as horrific, but as soon as I pair it with some sort of like foundation or anything, I look crazy, then it doesn't work as much and it just makes me sad. I'm just gonna bounce it in with a beauty blender because, or sponge, whatever you can call it, because I've tried it with a brush before and it does get very streaky, so I'm just going to bounce it in with a sponge. Yeah, I absolutely hate it. Like, my eyes from here look really, like if I go far back they look really covered, really great concealed, and then as soon as you get up close you can just see where it's separating, and I don't like that. I just feel like it's clinging to all my dry patches. I'm going to try and really quickly go in with the no filter setting powder. I got mine in the shade translucent, so hopefully it doesn't like make my eyes look horrific. And I never usually bake, I just set and then whisk away really quickly, so I'm just going to go into that setting powder like so. Oh my god, there's been a drought on my face. And then I just set the jaw a little bit. I know it sounds really stupid setting the jaw with loose face powder, but I find that I'm quite like, I touch my jaw a lot when I'm resting on my face, so I just set literally right where I touch it, and my upper lip, because I'm a sweaty little beast. I don't hate the powder, I hate what's underneath it, and I feel like that's really an unfair review on the powder, because I feel like I'd really love the powder if it was by itself. So I'm also going to go into the pressed powder in light. So the packaging just looks like this. It's just like their normal compacts for their blush and bronzers and highlights. It has like this nice pattern around it, I guess, like the stripy pattern that's on the unicartons. So going straight into this powder, it looks the perfect shade for me, and it's got a nice mirror there. So I'm just going to go into this with flat top brush and just pat the rest of my face down. I'm not going to use like an excess in powder, as you well know, because I'm dry, so I don't ever overload the powder, but I do like to set my face because I find that the foundation just stays for longer. Not that I want this foundation to stay for too long though, I don't think. Okay, so I think I'm done. I just want to bring you in closer to show you my face right now because I'm hating it. I'm hating my face. Hopefully you can see that the inner corners of my eyes are just not loving life right now. The forehead is looking particularly dry, especially around my brows area. It's just not looking great. It's just not, I don't know. What do you think? I just feel like it's looking like it's clinging to all my dry patches. It just doesn't look like natural dewy skin or like just natural skin at all. Like foundations can look matte and look natural at the same time. They can look like your skin just doesn't have excess oil on them, but I feel like you can really see my skin through this. I don't know. I'm gonna go away and do the rest of my makeup and then come back in maybe 2 hours, just before lunch perhaps. I've got to run into town and do a few things first. So it might be by the time I've done the rest of my makeup and set it down. I want to just set it down with some Mario Badescu spray, so nothing extremely long wearing, fancy, anything like that. I don't want to affect the skin, but I just want to do my normal skin routine as if I would with any foundation. So yeah, it might be by the time I come back that the foundation isn't looking too horrific and that I actually like it, but at the moment, no. You guys, it's 4 o'clock, well, just gone 4, it's 7 minutes past 4, so I've had this foundation on for 5 hours. I hate this foundation. I feel like I don't even want to wear it for the full 8 hours because it's just so gross on my face and I can't foresee it getting any better. My brother explained it. I said, what do you think of my face right now? Is there anything on my face that you are liking, not liking? And he said, why have you thrown flour on your face? And I went, I haven't. And he said, here, around my nose, and he is right, it just looks like patchy. And on my chin, like where I put that powder, it looks really patchy, and around my eyes. And he said my eyelids look really dry as well, so I'll do a close-up for you in a second. Everything has settled into fine lines as well, like in my 11s area between my brows, it's all settled in. It's just settled all into my fine lines between my brows. And as you can see around my nose area, like what is this patchiness doing here? I haven't had a drink, I haven't had anything to eat, and what is going on? Like, what is that? It's just not cute, and like the face isn't looking terrible, but it's all sinking in here as well. Like my forehead just looks really gross as well. I'm not feeling it, I'm not loving it. My eyelids look really dry as well. Hopefully it focuses while I close my eyes, but it's just looking horrific. I'm absolutely hating this. So to be honest, like I said, for like 5 hours worth of wear, it's not going to get any better. It's already patching off, so I'm gonna stop the review here. It's not like I've been to the gym in this foundation, you guys. I literally walked into town. Okay, I was a little bit flustered, a little bit dewy, but nothing to make my foundation look this gross. Everyone in the world seems to love these concealers for like priming their eyes, but my eyes just look really dry. It's just really drying on my skin and I just don't love them that much. I just feel really sad about the fact that it looks so awful because the packaging, the concept, the coverage, it all looks amazing, but it just seems to dry out and kind of suck any moisture from my eyes and just fall into fine lines. I just don't understand what's happening to me because it doesn't happen to everyone else, so I don't know why, but it's happening. I think what I'll have to do is just try out these foundations with a more nourishing, moisturising primer underneath, I'm not sure, or mix it in with a moisturiser, but I've got 3 foundations if anyone wants them because they don't work for me. I actually really like the powder. I think that was really nice. It feels nice to the touch, it feels nice and sort of silky, not too pigmented, so nice and translucent over the skin. It's just like, well, you can't even see it, but it's really nice and really lightweight, really nice sort of shade as well, so I'd like to try this out with other foundations. And the same goes for the No Filter powder as well. I really liked how it went on, but I feel like because of the base, it wasn't really given a fair opportunity to sort of show how good it was, if that makes sense. So I'll definitely try out the powders again because I feel like they weren't too drying either. However, I will say with the powder is that around my lips where I showed you earlier is where I put the powder and I feel like that's where it's gone funny. I'm not sure, so again it might have been the foundation slash the concealer that made it go funny, so I'll try these out again separately. But yeah, first impressions, if I was to apply it all together, which you would think would work because they're all kind of the same formula, all kind of from, well, they all are from the same brand, I don't love it. I think my face looks awful. I don't feel confident. I'm kind of embarrassed that I walked around town looking like this. If the makeup on my face is making me feel like I'd be more comfortable without it on, it's just not for me. So yeah, hopefully I've included all the information that you wanted to know about it. I'm sure that you've already either tried it out, you bought it, or you've seen it and you're not bothered about it because I'm so late to the train. But yeah, it's been fun. I really like trying base products out because I'm always trying to find like the best base product for people. I think maybe if you've got oilier skin, you'd probably have a very different experience to the one I've had today because it dried my skin out a little bit and I've already got dry skin as it is, so perhaps if you've got oilier skin it might work completely differently for you. So who's to say? This is just my review. I'm not saying it's the worst foundation in the world, of course not. I'm not saying it about the concealer either because otherwise you wouldn't find so many people loving it. It just personally didn't work for me and that's okay. Some things can work, some things can't. That's the joy of playing with makeup. So yeah, hopefully this review has been helpful to you if you've got kind of like the sort of same skin as me. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I've really enjoyed doing this review today. Hit the thumbs up button if you have enjoyed, and hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and hit that bell to see all my new videos. You know you want to. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Haha. I am currently filming a foundation review and absolutely hating it so far.
Really?
Yeah, it's gross. I feel like my skin looks like a zombie.
Oh, I thought you meant you hated the video.
Yeah, I'm filming it right now.
Oh, so you hate the foundation?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant you hate the video, my bad.
How can I hate the video? I haven't finished it yet.
Well, you might like how it's going, I don't know.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm not loving how my face is looking. And much more better. Because, you know, helps me out.